What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and welcome to another video where I talk about Kazuya in Tekken 8, although I am in Tekken 7, sorry, don't got the beta no mo, sorry, I'm a poor man. I do feel a lot poorer without Tekken 8, it's so good. But not a good game for Mishimas in general, the way it looks right now at least. We don't know if we're gonna add more Mishimas, we're right now at Kazuya and Jin. And in my opinion, they've done a poor job with both of them. But on a positive note, I feel like Paul, Brian, and King are twice as cool and twice as interesting as they've ever been. So while there are some negatives with this game, you know, Tekken 8, there's quite a few positives as well. But so in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how Kazuya, I really don't like him in Tekken 8. I might call it something like how Kazuya is a loss for everyone. And I'm going to get into it. It's like, if you've seen my breakdown of Tekken 8 Kazuya, you know he's been nerfed a lot. But at the same time, they've done something they've done to quite a few characters, and they've streamlined him and dumbed him down. And this is something I've increasingly understood over the days. They want you to play him in a completely different way, which is why they nerfed Tekken 7 style Kazuya is nerfed, right? So we're gonna get into that, but there was something I failed to mention in my breakdown, how much downward 1-2, removing that, and down back 2, how hard that's going to affect the character. So I'm gonna start by talking about that. But then I'm going to talk about, you know, it's a loss for everyone. It's a loss for Kazuya players, but it's also going to be a loss for people who play against Kazuya. If you're not a Kazuya main, he's going to be much more annoying to play against, because they've simplified his style of play in Tekken 8 to a great extent. Made him dumber. He's not strong, but he's going to be easier because they gave him space control in a very accessible way. Which is something he doesn't have in this game. You have to actually commit to homing moves. You don't need to do that in Tekken 8, and it's all due to the Demon Paw. But first off, I just want to demonstrate something very interesting. Like, I talked about downward 1-2 in my breakdown, how it's a huge problem not having an easy mode 15 frame punish. It's a really, really big deal. Because electric on block stun is very hard to do. So it's really, really nice to be able to do downward 1-2 in Tekken 7 into steel pedal. Like this. And I'm going to soon explain to you why this is the best thing he has. Not the downward 1-2, but being able to steel pedal like that. It's much, much stronger than getting a frame advantage like this, that gives a free 50-50, right? So I'm gonna get into that. But so in my video, I got into how it's very good having an easy mode punish if you can't electric, especially in Tekken 8 with rage arts universally being -15 if you have any lag. Block stun is annoying. Even for like veteran and seasoned Kazuya players, it's kind of hard getting that electric. It's not easy. So this served as the easy punish into Vortex. But what also, you know, you have to understand is that so many characters, and especially modern Tekken characters, ever since Tekken 6, there's so much like attacks with forward momentum like this, lows and slides, where characters recover crouching. Even Kazuya has stuff like this, right? And the thing with these attacks is that they recover so low that you literally can't use your electric even in these situations. And if you are a veteran Kazuya player, you probably know about this as well. Sorry. You know about this, right? So downward 1-2 here served as the whiff punish to use in these super important situations, because this is often you have to do stuff like this. So this is a combination of downward 1 having a very low hitbox, and again, they nerfed that in Tekken 8. But also, you know, downward 1-2 being a natural into a steel pedal. For many reasons, this is so important to the character, and they removed it in Tekken 8, and they didn't really give you anything in return. So what they expect you to do in Tekken 8 is something like this. I can't show you the attack, but it's down back 1-2. It's basically the two last hits of his big string. He does a punch into a second one, it's a natural, and a big explosion. And this is a heat engager, puts you in heat for +17, and does 30 damage. I can actually show you pretty much the essence of what that is here. So She whiffs, I do this. Has to be said, the new string comes out at 13 frames though. But this is essentially the same thing. Down for 1-4, puts me at plus 18. A heat engager, while it looks much more dramatic and you get a cutscene where they run anime style like Dragon Ball, it's plus 17. This actually gives more advantage at plus 18. And here I'll take a 50-50. This might sound strong, right? But you'll notice immediately I've given up on damage, right? You'll notice that immediately. I've given up on 20 damage, roughly. But also, getting a free 50-50 like this isn't Kazuya's strongest mix-up situation, actually. You might think it is, though. But it isn't. Because here, I take a risk, right? I can do my forward free and not take a risk. But if I go for a hell sweep, I'm certainly taking a risk, right? And in Tekken 8, you're going to do that less due to the nerf to hell sweep, right? The risk reward on hell sweeps is kind of terrible in Tekken 8. Like in this game, I stand to gain 33 damage, right? Into amazing Oki. But in Tekken 8, with that sweep, it's like 40% of the damage is recoverable. It's not true damage. So it's like, that's a big nerf to hell sweeps. So in Tekken 8, you're probably going to see Heat Engager into forward free. Or maybe down 1+2, which is a really dumb low in Tekken 8. But again, Kazuya's best risk-reward and Kazuya's best mix-up situation is always when he's knocked you down. Always involves a knockdown. So why is that? Well, it's because of the steel pedal. This move just changed Kazuya. And even a lot of Kazuya mains, like, they don't really understand why it's so effective. Oh god, I thought my game was gonna crash. So you do that, and then you have to get up again, right? So you can threaten another steel pedal. But the thing is, with the follow-up steel pedal here after the first one, is that it will beat every single option your opponent has, except for standing up into a guard. Every single other option will be beaten. So we'll set a ground technique to tech roll. So, and I'm always safe. And this awards Kazuya something he never truly has, which is safety. I just steel pedal into steel pedal. If you stay on the ground, you get backflipped again. You're put in the same situation and you take 20 damage. If you do any get-up kicks, you get counter-hit launched. If you think I'm gonna hell sweep, you're going to eat that. 22 damage plus 5. And if you block it, I took no risk. That is why Kazuya's Vortex is so strong. It's the threat of a steel pedal and the safety it gives Kazuya. So that's why we always want to knock down. That is why Damek 2 is so strong. And down for the 1-2. And also serving, of course, as my whiff punisher, for example, which you don't have now in Tekken 8. So I tried to explain, you'll do something like this instead. For much less damage into plus frames. Right? But again, this isn't Kazuya's strongest mix-up situation. Kazuya's strongest mix-up situation is always knocking you down. So, old Kazuya kind of gone. Tekken 8 Kazuya is something else. He doesn't knock you down. He throws you into heat engager situation into 50-50. But that's not the strongest Kazuya. So that's why I think, you know, the nerfs add up. And Tekken 7 Kazuya is stronger. And he's lost a lot of identity in Tekken 8. And now I'm going to talk about how he's going to be more annoying to play against and how he's been streamlined. This is also very interesting in my opinion. And to do that, I actually am going to need a clone. We're gonna go double Kazuya. And maybe I can even just keep it lore accurate. Or sorry, series accurate here. Can I get Tekken 8 Kazuya? There he is! And look at this. Player rage. Let's see. No, we're gonna wait with this. I'm going to demonstrate. We can actually show the demon paw here. But before I do that, I just want to demonstrate. You probably already know about this, but you know, what is current Kazuya? this is Kazuya right now. He forces you with homing moves to not sidestep him. The homing moves give him space control. Because if he goes for his 50-50, like there's simply no tracking whatsoever if I just step to the left. Forward 3 is a forward attack with no tracking. You recognize this. This is Kazuya. You step him to the left and space control is awarded him for doing homing attacks. So this is either Weiwu while standing free, if you want to keep it low risk. Weiwu Fujinu Raken while standing 2, high risk, minus 18 on block. Or you can do back 4, which is more nerfed in Tekken 8 than I thought. It doesn't counter at launch anymore. It's now a heat engager. But it does fully launch in heat if you try and step. Oh, which is something interesting. But yeah, for it to launch, you have to give up heat immediately. So that's not so good. Right. But so that's how classic Kazuya is played. But then this happened in Tekken 8. Let's see. I do need to record. Not set. Not set. Not set. Oh, and I do need heat. No, wait. Before I talk about that, this was something that annoyed a lot of people, and including me. But they made this electric track to his weak side, right? If I just step like this in Tekken 7, I start sidewalking early, not timing it, electric clips me. This did not happen prior to the electric buff. You can still step it if you time it really well, but it's tough. That was an annoying change. But the thing is, if you're far away from Kazuya, you can always beat it like this. Just. It's hard to do. I'm pretty good at it. But duck, I'm pretty good at the Mishima matchup in general. But you can duck and punish him here. Right? So it was unfortunate that they gave him an electric that could serve as space control. I never agreed with that. But you could still duck it, right? But what they done to him in Tekken 8, that is very unfortunate in my opinion. Sorry. Oh god, I get so confused with this. No, opponent rage, right. Is that they gave him a demon paw. So what is that? It's this move, right? Initially, I didn't think much of this move, but I was like, okay, so now instead of forward 3, you can do forward 2 to heat engage. You know what, let's just, let's put rage on both of these. It's gonna be easier to make my point. Let's see. Stand, guard, all. Okay, so here's the demon paw. In this game, it's minus 12 on block. In Tekken 8, it's like minus 9, minus 8. Also has no pushback. And it's the same startup. So Kazuya will put himself like this. If it's blocked, he's right in your face and he has to respect you, right? He's heavy minus. Same startup, long reach. If it hits, heat engager, plus 17, he's in heat, you know the drill, right? If he is in heat in Tekken 8 and this hits, if he holds forward, he can combo out of it, you know. He gives up his heat to do a heat dash, it's plus 5 on block, it turns into a launcher. Pretty low damage though, but it does turn into a launcher. So this might not sound like anything special or anything. But the really obnoxious part about this is the amount of tracking this attack has. And how it's going... Now, I think Kazuya players in Tekken 8, it's going to be all about basically forward 2 or down 1+2. Risk reward on Hell Sweep is kind of bad, still gives good Oki, but down 1+2 is kind of OP low. So we're gonna spam that, and we're going to spam this demon paw. So let me just record this. So I my opponent wavus into demon paw, and I'm sidewalking. You see? I can sidewalk both sides. This will connect, and it's the same in Tekken 8. Same hitbox. So why is this annoying? Well, Kazuya no longer has to do a risk a forward for 3 getting stepped. He doesn't have to use a homing attack. Electric is the same, like this, right? But electrics you can duck. So this is safe on block, beats duck, and beats sidestep to both sides. Note that you can still sidestep this, but you have to be super precise. Super precise. So yeah, it's like if you thought electric was annoying, like in this game, now, you know, there's can't duck, can't step. So basically, let's see. So basically, Kazuya's can just kind of mindlessly. This is how they change the character. So rather than going for this or this or this, you'll pretty mindlessly in Tekken 8 just spam this, because unless your opponent knows exactly when you're going to throw this demon paw, you can't step it. And you can't duck it, safe on block. Note that I'm not saying that this is strong. Plenty of characters can do this, and Jin. I'm just saying that I just disagree with what this does to Kazuya's gameplay. Just again streamlines him. Instead of using tools to cover different options, right? You'll just throw this to cover a ton of different defensive options. And safe on block. So yeah, yeah, I honestly believe this is how they intend you to play Kazuya in Tekken 8. Spam this until it hits. Yeah, or mix with down 1+2, which is what it seems like a much stronger low than Hell Sweep in Tekken 8. Note that Hell Sweep is still good, but down 1+2 is completely dumb in Tekken 8. Pretty much unreactable for most people. Remains a counter hit launcher. Remains -14 on block. It's not as strong as Jin's down 2, but it's just super dumb. It's super dumb. Note that it's still steppable to the left, but yeah, so this is new Kazuya. Because they nerfed old Kazuya. That playstyle was nerfed, right? So Demon Paw into Heat Engager into 50-50. If it's blocked, never mind, do it again. Yeah, I hope you get my point. I hope I didn't make it too convoluted or drawn out. But yeah, I just fundamentally disagree with what they've done to Kazuya in this game. I thought giving the electric tracking to both sides, I never agreed with that. But at least you could duck that, right? But now you give him a demon paw that serves all purposes and just completely removes his weakness to, for example, people step ducking to the left, or just... It does everything for him, and it's like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You nerf him so much, you streamline him. Yeah, I just... with everything I get to know about this character in Tekken 8, I just disagree with it personally. Other people might find it different. But at least I have Paul and Brian, who are amazing in the game. I'm going to make videos on them. And then I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Steve and Dragonov. And I'm really hoping for the best there. But so thank you so much for watching my video. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.